Ken,
What's up?
I have a question for you.
All right.
As we told the people before, sometimes I pick a song, sometimes you pick a song. And one of the songs that was on your list that I agreed to was Chris Isaak's Wicked Game, today's song. Why did you pick this song, man?
Yeah. So, it's been a minute since I listened to this song, but as we were fleshing out our list of songs that were significant and had an impact, this is one of them. So, yeah, I'd gotten tired of it. It's still impact.
I agree with you. And to be fair, man, this song has long been on my retired list because we heard this song so many times in the 90s.
Oh, yes. Now, we never tired of the video.
Well, that's why we heard the song so much, because we were watching the video. Okay, you didn't let me finish my sentence. I had to take that deep pause and compose myself because, of course, we were watching that video.
Yep.
Two kids in high school, man, learning what life's all about. We learned it through this video. Anyway, but seriously, let's talk about when we first heard this song, right? We heard this song when that video was in heavy rotation on MTV.
Yep.
Every hour on the hour, man. I mean, you could not escape this video. Not that we wanted to. It just wasn't my favorite song.
Oh, yeah. And it's crazy because even now, looking back, I can't remember ever hearing this song on the radio or not hearing it on the video. Let's put it like that.
You're right. You're right. I don't remember ever listening to a radio station that played this song. You're right about that.
Yep.
But man, it was on MTV a lot.
Oh, yeah.
And let's give this song some props, right? Before we talk about Chris Isaak and his career, this song had won 3 MTV Video Music Awards. Best Male Video, Best Cinematography, I agree with that award.
Yeah.
Okay. Best Video from a Film. Okay. It was ranked number 13 on VH1's 100 Greatest Videos. I don't know, man. I might make it number 2.
Yeah, that's got to be higher than that.
Number 4 on VH1's 50 Sexiest Video Moments. And number 73 on Rolling Stone Magazine's Top 100 Music Videos. Now,
I think Rolling Stone need to fix themselves.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. How? Hey,
Right.
Okay, I'm going to stop.
Okay. But the point being, right, is that this song and the video connected to it have gotten some kudos.
Yes.
Okay. And when we think of the song, we think of the video. Like, the video is not separated from the song.
Nope.
We can't say that in any other way. It's just true. But as I was doing research for the show, I knew exactly 2 things about Chris Isaak coming into this show before, we were prepping. I knew this song, Wicked Game, because you couldn't escape it.
True.
And my buddy Elwood, who's a good friend of mine, he's a guitar tech. He was Chris Isaak's guitar tech for one night. Flew in, took care of Chris Isaak's guitars, flew out. Okay? But there is one thing I'll say about Chris Isaak is this is his only hit. This is his only top 40 hit. I know he's had other videos that, people may recognize. He's had successful albums.
Yeah.
But,
which is crazy because I can remember songs post Wicked Game, Chris Isaak's tunes.
Right, but they never hit the top 40.
Yeah.
Okay? But this song makes you never forget the name Chris Isaak.
Yeah.
And that's a credit to him because this guy has had a hell of a career. An amazing career. Not just in music, but in television and in film. And I missed all of it, man. I could not pick Chris Isaak out of a lineup if you paid me $1 million.
Oh, yeah. And so...
Unless he looked like he did in that video. Because I know him from that video. That's it. The way he looked exactly in that moment, in that video shoot, that's the only time I could pick out Chris Isaak.
And it's crazy now that you mention it because I remember seeing him in Silence of the Lambs back when we were in high school. It was such a cameo role. I don't even think he said anything. He maybe had a line, but he was one of the SWAT personnel.
Okay, and that movie came out in 1991 when this song blew up. And this song has a weird history because the album came out in 1989. Did nothing. Chris Isaak was not breaking onto the charts, right? Yeah. And then he formed I want to say he formed a friendship with David Lynch, the filmmaker.
That makes sense.
Okay, because David Lynch was putting his music into his films.
What is it? Wild at Heart, Wild at Heart, Blue Velvet,
Twin Peaks,
yeah,
Fire Walk with Me.
yep,
Okay, but when this all happened, some DJ, I read all this on Wikipedia, man. I'm not a Chris Isaak historian here. Some DJ started playing it and it just caught fire. And all of a sudden they made that video and it blew up. Just blew up. Just became this nonstop video you could not escape. But think about this. He has had a ton of songs on soundtracks. I'm gonna list some of the movies. Some of them will be repeated of what we talked about earlier. Blue Velvet, Married to the Mob, True Romance, Wild at Heart, Eyes Wide Shut, the Tom Cruise film. And like I said, he had that working relationship with filmmaker David Lynch. Then he was an actor. He appeared in Twin Peaks, Married to the Mob, Silence of the Lambs, That Thing You Do with, I think that's Tom Hanks, right?
Hanks, yeah.
Tom Hanks. A Dirty Shame, The Informers. So for like 20 years, this guy's been on film.
Yeah.
Okay? Had his own TV show on Showtime, The Chris Isaak Show. Acted in tons of TV shows, appeared in tons of TV shows and talk shows. Had no clue. Like I said, I could not pick him up out of a lineup, but he's had this amazing, diverse, successful career, and I never knew.
See, that's cool. Until today, I didn't think about that David Lynch relationship that you pointed out, which is pretty cool since a buddy of mine plays in one of his music's bands, Cristobal.
Okay.
You know, another David Lynch.
You're going down rabbit holes.
Yeah. Interesting. Thanks for sharing that with me.
Yeah, but I will say this, man. For a guy who's only had one hit and he is associated with this song, no doubt, he's made quite a bit of a career for himself. And he's still touring, still making music.
Yeah, he still comes here up the road. Pre-COVID. You can
Obviously.
go see him. Yeah. Matter of fact, I had buddies who recently saw him last time he was here, and they're like, yeah, and summertime, wearing a blazer, still dressed as sharp as he does.
Playing that acoustic guitar?
Yeah. And they're like, we know he was melted, but he looked sharp the entire time. He did not break.
Well, he's got a reputation, man. Once you make a video like that, man, you got to look good your whole life. Can't let yourself slip.
Hey, you know what?
And this song, like we said, it was released on the album Heart-Shaped World in 1989, became a hit in 91, almost 2 years after the damn album was released, man. Top 10 hit all over the world. Man, this song has been remade multiple times, including the heavy metal version.
Yeah.
Have you heard the heavy metal version?
Yeah.
Band Hymn, I think. Now, here's the thing I'll say about the heavy metal version. It allows people who could never sing this song the way he does to sing this song.
If you don't have a falsetto, go with the
heavy metal version. Because very few people can hit the notes the way he does, going high and low. I'm not wrong in that either, right?
Yeah, you're right. It's a falsetto. Unless you work it,
Now we spent the last several minutes just hyping up this video. People, this video is on YouTube. Go watch it. Anybody our age knows this video.
Yes.
You cannot escape this video.
And if you are our age, you know who is in the video with this man.
I had no clue until today, man, when I looked it up.
Oh, snap.
I didn't know who she was, man. Anyway, so look, first of all, there's 2 videos that were released. So we talked about the David Lynch connection, and there was a video with Nicolas Cage and Laura Dern.
Okay, for Wild at Heart.
Okay. I'd never seen that video. But you know how many seconds we're going to spend talking about that video? The last few seconds I just mentioned it. That's it. Because that's not the video anyone cares about.
Yeah.
Right?
No, it makes sense because that movie, they're the stars of the David Lynch film, Wild at Heart. Got it. Press on.
Makes sense. But the famous video was shot in Hawaii.
Yes, the one we care about.
Okay. And all it is my man Chris Isaak and this beautiful Danish supermodel, Helena Christensen. Elena.
We had to say her name finally.
Yeah.
I've been waiting.
Just on the beach, in each other's arms. She's running around with no top on for most of the video shoot. And I think that's why they got that best cinematography, is because they shot so many angles of her with topless without exposing anything.
Yes.
And that's really
the key. That's
right.
The key.
It's tasteful yet seductive, right? I mean, sounds kind of like a cologne or something.
Well, funny you mentioned that, because if Now as we're grown men watching this
Right.
video, we're looking at him like, and okay, clone. I'm like, ooh, snap. Do you realize this shooting or the cinematography, that video, that set the tone for the advertisements that we grew up with
Obsession.
during that time? Yeah, Calvin Klein, Obsession, Ralph Lauren, all of those pictures, those shots, those billboards. Think back, what do they look like?
They look like Chris Isaac's video.
That video, exactly.
No, you're absolutely right, man. And that's all this is her running around in her bra and panties and in men's underwear.
Well, if you're gonna make a music video, God bless you put a supermodel in front of the camera.
Right.
If you're the man singing, don't spend so much time in front of the camera. Let the supermodel be there. That's why this video was a favorite.
It was, but to be fair, man, Chris Isaac's a very good-looking man. Man, he held his own because it wasn't like you put who was Julia Roberts' ex-husband, man? What's my man's name?
I love it.
It wasn't like it was Lyle Lovett running around on the beach with her, right?
Hey, much love to you, Lyle. We still love you, boy.
But Chris Isaac's a good-looking guy. He held his own with this supermodel, is what I'm talking about. Okay? And funny enough, man, like, she was actually married to Michael Hutchence of INXS, shortly after this video was released. Like,
oh, wow.
Yeah, and it only lasted a few years as...
Yeah, it wasn't that long because...
Yeah. Well, that's what happens when stars marry stars, right? It's just... It is what it is. But anyway, get back. This video, you're right, though, man. You find this video that two grown men are still talking about 30 years later, right?
Yep.
Dude, we have the internet. Nothing is sacred anymore, Ken.
This is true.
But yet we're still talking about this video and the way it's shot and the seductiveness of it, right? And that staying power, man. That is
absolutely.
impact. That staying power. It is so impressive that small part of our childhood, right? I'd say our teenage years, whatever you want to call it,
early development,
still continues despite everything that's been kind of pulled out of the shade with the internet coming to life.
And that we're able to revisit it now as grown men.
Watch that video.
Been around the world. And so we aren't those teenage boys who were astonished
and still give that video props.
Yeah,
still give that video props because when I said Rolling Stone had it at number 73 top 100 music videos, he said Rolling Stone has to rethink.
They need to correct themselves because they are wrong.
Right. Well, let's talk about the song real quick, man. We already talked about the most important part of why we're actually talking about
and
this.
Helena Christensen.
Hey, I was only half joking when I said if you can't hit these notes, sing the heavy metal version, because I will give Chris Isaak props. The man can sing. He can go kind of into that baritone, up into the tenor, right into that falsetto, and he does it seamlessly throughout the song, man.
And which has led to the Roy Orbison connection relationship.
We're going to talk about that soon, man, but hold on. First, I want to talk about what makes this song special. One, it's his voice, the way he's able to hit that falsetto, the melody involved with it.
Yep.
It's that guitar line throughout. It's not a slide. It's not. At least they're not saying he's playing slide guitar. It's just saying, is it?
It sounds like slide in my head because I haven't sat down to listen, now.
Right. It's not like they're putting the guitar player on the beach in Hawaii.
But no, it sounds like slide.
Okay.
Recall from memory. Which
either way, it was played by James Calvin Wilsey. Rest in peace. He's gone. He passed a few years ago. Okay. But because of Isaac's voice, along with that guitar, Isaak is compared with Elvis, Roy Orbison, Ricky Nelson. Hey, man, the guy has a voice, but you know what? He's a one-hit wonder. And all of those guys, multiple hits, multiple top 40 hits, multiple top 10 hits, multiple number ones.
Yeah.
None of them have a video like this, but, dude, he doesn't have the staying power that those guys had.
True. And with that said, though, one of the things that I appreciate and like about Chris Isaak is that if we were to hang out with him, say this was pre-COVID and we're having a beer with him.
Sure.
He probably smiles every day and cries himself to sleep
And
in
that big
that
pile
big
of
fat money filler. You know? Yeah. So I'm like, you're my hero, Chris.
I told you, man, the man's had a hell of a career.
Oh, yeah.
Film, TV, talk show host, music.
Yeah.
12
And,
albums, Ken.
You know, albums that he did on his terms, all those
On his own sound,
yeah,
rockabilly albums,
those
pop albums.
shows and stuff,
Yeah.
the acting. He probably didn't stand in line at an audition. They probably said, "Hey, Chris, what you doing? Hey, we got this spot here. Yeah, sure. Hey, Charmed Life, my hero."
Now, Ken, usually we'll take these songs, we'll look at the lyrics, and Chris Isaak said in an interview that's about a telephone call from someone seeking casual sex. That's all I got, man. What else are you going to say about these lyrics, man? I mean, it's point blank.
And that's totally 80s.
Yeah.
Or that is our period, late 20th century, because that's not, I don't see that
Now it's
happening
texting,
today.
right? Or
Yeah,
whatever.
because what?
Sexting.
Talk on a phone?
Yeah. But that's it. It's just, it's a booty call, if you will, right? It's
Yeah.
more 90s, but whatever. But the point is, man, there isn't a lot of interpretation,
There you
imagination. It is what it is. The song's about. Now, I'm really curious for anyone out there who's listening. What do you think about this? Are you still listening to this song? Because, like I said, I've had it retired. I don't even want to hear the heavy metal version.
Yeah.
But I will say this, man. Listening to it, preparing for this show, I was really impressed with his voice. I kind of want to explore his other music without this song. It
Yeah.
made me want to hear more Chris Isaak, just not Wicked Game. Does that make sense?
No.
So if you're a Chris Isaak fan, tell me, what should I listen to? What album should I seek out? What songs should I listen to? Please, and I'm serious about that. Don't want to hear Wicked Game ever again. It's still on the retirement list. But it made me want to hear more Chris Isaak and see what he can do.
Yeah, because like we said before, we love to learn. And we listen to everything we discuss. We absorb it, we digest it. So if you can share anything about Chris Isaak, you know what? If you have a cool story, I'm sure he seems like a cool guy. I mean, we can't.
Right.
You
He's a
can't
true
have this-
Renaissance
Yeah,
man.
you can't live that life and not be cool. So I'm sure some of you have stories about hanging out with him. Share them.
No, I think that's fair enough. And if you enjoyed today's show, please hit the like button. If you want to hear more shows from us, please hit the subscribe. We're going to release shows every week, man. And we really enjoy doing this. And until next time, bye-bye.
Peace.